guys, welcome back to one of the most requested videos I've ever had on my channel. Today I'll be giving you my top 5 penalty tips. Now, scoring a penalty is actually relatively simple. Like, look at it, that is the goal you'll be scoring in. Now, without a goalkeeper, very, very easy. However, you put a goalkeeper in, a lot harder. Okay, so tip number 1 is all about the eye. Now, my advice is when you're walking up to do a penalty, do not look at the keeper, not even a glimpse. You look at the keeper once and you give them an inkling to maybe guess which way you're going to go. So tip number 1 is don't look at the keeper when you're walking up to take the penalty. Okay, so tip number 2 is one I use every single penalty I take, and again, it's to do with your eyes. So this gives you a big advantage in the mind games, okay? When you are running up to take the penalty, like actual taking the penalty, you don't look at the keeper, you don't look at the goal until 2 steps before you kick the ball. When you're 2 steps away, you give it a glance to where you are gonna kick it. Now this may sound a bit weird, looking where you're kicking the ball, but for the goalkeeper, this blows his head off. He has no idea whether you're going that way or that way. So tip number 2 is give it a glance in the direction you are going to place the ball just before you actually kick it. Now tip number 3 is do not change your mind where you're going to put the penalty. Pick one spot before you've taken your run up. Don't change your mind that split second before you take it, because that is when you are more likely to miss. For example, if you're running up to put it in the bottom right hand corner and the last second put it in the left hand corner, you're probably going to sky it, scuff it wide because your body shape is all wrong. So tip number 3, do not change your mind about where you're going to put it.
To give them the trophy. Oh, he's missed it! Patrick Vieira for Arsenal. He's done it!
Okay, so one of the main reasons you may have clicked on this video is you want to find out what is the best place to put the ball. Now, I don't know if this is mathematically correct, but in my opinion, the best place you can place a penalty is bottom right or bottom left corner. Now, in past experiences, I found if I want to go for a top corner, like an absolute worldy penalty and look insane, I normally miss. I usually sky it if I'm going for the top corner, and it is the worst feeling in the world for missing a penalty. So what I personally do is either go bottom right or bottom left for every single penalty I take, and I found this is a much better conversion rate than when I used to try and do top corner worldies. So tip number 4 sort of rolls into tip number 3. Pick a corner you want to go in, bottom right or bottom left in my opinion, and don't change your mind. Okay, so the 5th and final tip, relax. Relax when you're taking a penalty. Let's face it, it's probably not going to be the Champions League or the World Cup final. You're just taking a penalty, relax. The more you are calm and the more you are relaxed when taking a penalty, the more likely you're going to enjoy it and the more likely you're going to score. So really, tip number 5 is probably the most important, because if you haven't paid attention to tip number 5, the rest of the tips are going to go out of the window because you'll be too nervous and you'll probably either slip, sky it, you name it. So there we have it, guys. That is my 5 top tips for taking penalties. If you have any more suggestions on tips that I've missed out or you may want to add, let me know in the comments down below. It would be greatly appreciated. And before I leave you, I'm just going to show you what I think is not necessarily the perfect penalty, but just implements all 5 tips into one penalty. So this is me attempting to put all 5 tips into practice. I hope you have enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, please give it a like rating, and hopefully I can do a free kick version of one of these in the future. So apart from that, enjoy the penalty clips you'll see in a second, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. So until then, I'll see you later.